A former senior ANC leader, once considered one of the most powerful figures within the ruling party, has been arrested in connection with a massive multi-million rand fraud scandal. The news broke early this morning, sending shockwaves through the nation and shaking the African National Congress to its core. This isn't just another corruption headline, it's a stark reminder of how deeply corruption has seeped into the ruling party's ranks, reopening old wounds among its leadership. Just after sunrise, cameras captured dramatic footage as Hawks investigators, South Africa's elite crime-fighting unit, escorted the disgraced former official out of a luxury estate north of Johannesburg. Handcuffed and surrounded by heavily armed officers, the once untouchable politician was led away as the nation watched his downfall unfold live on television. Sources close to the probe revealed that the arrest stems from a months-long investigation into fraudulent public contracts worth tens of millions of rand, funds meant for community projects that instead disappeared into offshore accounts and shell companies linked to the former official's associates. This was no petty scam but an elaborate web of fraud and kickbacks stretching deep into government. According to investigators, the suspect faces several charges, including fraud, money laundering, and abuse of public office. But behind the legal language lies a painful political truth. This arrest has reopened long-festering wounds of corruption and betrayal that have haunted the ANC for decades. For a man once described as untouchable, the fall is nothing short of spectacular. During his time in office, the now detained official was seen as a rising star, a strategist and deal-maker whose influence could make or break political careers. But whispers of missing funds and questionable deals grew louder over time. When President Ramaphosa came to power vowing to root out corruption, the official quietly resigned, citing family reasons. Few believed that explanation, and now, it seems, the reckoning has arrived. Inside the ANC, tensions are boiling. Publicly, party spokespeople insist that no one is above the law. Privately, panic is spreading. Insiders fear this arrest could unleash a torrent of further revelations. One senior member admitted that if investigators trace the full money trail, more names will emerge, and it won't stop with this one man. Reports suggest that several provincial leaders are also under investigation for similar schemes involving politically connected companies. The scandal comes at a time when public trust in the ANC is already dangerously low. Opposition parties have wasted no time in seizing the moment. The Democratic Alliance's John Steenhuisen issued a fiery statement calling the arrest a proof that corruption is not an exception but a culture within the ANC. The EFF's Julius Malema echoed the sentiment, warning on social media that this is only the beginning, the real looters are still hiding in the shadows of power. Public reaction has been fierce, a mix of anger, disbelief, and fatigue. On social media, citizens voice frustration over yet another betrayal by leaders who once promised integrity. Every time they say they're cleaning up, another one is caught, one user tweeted. Outside Luthuli House, protesters gathered with signs reading "Enough is enough" and "Stop the looting." The scandal has become a rallying cry for ordinary South Africans demanding transparency and accountability from their leaders. Many see this as a turning point, a chance for real reform, or perhaps the final slide into deeper political decay. The Hawks have confirmed that their investigation is far from over. Forensic accountants are tracing the flow of money through multiple accounts and shell companies worldwide, and more arrests are expected soon. If convicted, the former ANC official could face decades in prison. But the consequences reach far beyond one man's fate. They could expose an entire web of corruption spanning years and implicating powerful figures across the political landscape. Behind closed doors, senior ANC members are meeting to contain the fallout, aware that this single scandal could unravel the party's already fragile reputation. Political analysts warn that this crisis comes at a critical moment, with national elections approaching and the ANC's support already waning. This is not just a criminal case, said one commentator. It's a political earthquake revealing cracks at the very top of the ANC. Once a symbol of liberation and hope, the ANC's image is now increasingly defined by greed, betrayal, and scandal. Both supporters and critics wonder if the party can survive yet another corruption crisis without imploding under its own weight. This arrest, ultimately, is about more than one corrupt official. It's about a system that allowed corruption to thrive while communities suffered from poverty, unemployment, and crumbling public services. It's about broken promises to the people of South Africa. For many, this feels like déjà vu, another arrest, another press conference, another promise that justice will finally be done. But the question remains, will this time be different? As investigators dig deeper, the net around the ANC tightens. Sources say party leaders now fear the probe could expose entrenched networks of influence involving senior officials, wealthy business figures, and even foreign interests who have benefited from years of unchecked corruption. Some within the party are calling for reform and a purge of compromised members, while others hope the storm will pass before the elections. But the public's patience is running out. Across the nation, voices are rising, demanding justice, integrity, and a government that truly serves its people. The ANC's struggle is no longer just a legal one, it's a moral battle for the soul of the party. Each new revelation chips away at what remains of its once revered legacy. One thing is clear, this story is far from over. As more evidence surfaces, new secrets will emerge, and the truth about what really happened behind the corridors of power may finally come to light. The nation is watching closely. The stakes are high, not just for one man or one party, but for the future of South Africa's democracy itself. This is no longer just politics. It is history unfolding before our eyes.